We're back with more Star Wars book reviews, and this time we got Star Wars Queen Shadow, written by E.K. Johnston. This book is was written last year and is the successor to Queen's Peril, which came out this year. So Queen's Peril was a prequel, but I actually highly recommend reading Queen's Peril and then Queen Shadow. The story just works way better if you do it like that. Reading it like that, I preferred it much more than if I were to have read it the other way. So I'm glad I read it the way I ended up reading it. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So, I really, really love this book. It is amazing. It's everything I could have wanted out of a Padme book. Like, Queen's Peril left kind of a lot to be desired, but not for some people. For me, I thought it was perfectly good, but there were some things about it that I was just missing. Queen Shadow is longer, so it definitely helped develop things much more. We got much more of the handmaidens, mainly Padme and Sabe, who were also kind of the main ones in Queen's Peril, so yeah. Although Queen's Peril, we did get a lot more on the other people, but it was nice to get more development on Sabe and Padme's friendship. I really liked that. I thought it was very interesting. The most interesting thing was the politics. Now, like I said in my Queen's Peril review, I don't mind. Politics in Star Wars can be very intriguing as long as I know I'm going to get politics when I go into it. The thing about, the Phantom Menace and like Attack of the Clones and stuff, well, man, the Phantom Menace, walking into it, you didn't know that you were going to get like politics, and if you thought you might get a little bit of politics, you didn't think you were going to get a lot. So it was a surprise. And it's also really boring. It doesn't help that it's written boring and stuff, but it's a surprise because you're expecting Star Wars, space fun, adventure, cool stuff, and it's going to be more modern, so cooler effects. But then you get all this politics. Now, if it was written better, and we knew the politics were coming, then it probably would have been better received. But we didn't know the politics were coming. It was written really dryly, so it just didn't work. Thankfully, it seems like all the expanded universe stuff has done politics much better. And so we got really interesting stuff, like Queen Shadow. The politics of Padme becoming senator, and just everything that's happening with her life and how people are reacting and stuff. It was so interesting to me. And you can tell E.K. Johnston clearly took a lot of inspiration from modern day politics from all around the world. Like specific scenarios of like women politicians being having them being called out for wearing something and saying how that reflects how they are as a politician. That's happened in recent memory, and that happens with Padme. And Padme proves that, like, obviously, those things don't connect here. So, obviously, the politics and the modern life inspiration for the politics were very, very interesting. I loved seeing how Padme built these alliances and friendships. These friendships with Mon Mothma and Bail Organa. Seeing people that, like, when you watch Clone Wars and, like, Revenge of the Sith, you know that they're, like, Padme's best friends, but, like, seeing these relationships build, it's great. You get to see so many Clone Wars characters. It was amazing to see all of that get tied in there. There's so much tie-in for Episode 2, 3, and Clone Wars. And then you also get tie-in for Leia, Princess of Alderaan, that book about Leia before the events of A New Hope. It was amazing. It's so well done and written. My only problem is there's a couple pacing issues. Like, at the beginning is really slow, and then there's a part near the end that's also pretty slow. But other than that, the book was hard to put down. If you are interested in the Star Wars and the political side of Star Wars at all, I'd highly recommend it. If you like Padme, highly recommend it. If you just want to get more into the Star Wars universe, I highly recommend it. All in all, I highly recommend Star Wars Queen's Shadow. So I'm going to give Star Wars Queen's Shadow a 9 out of 10. If you have not read it, read it. Like I said, I recommend you read Queen's Peril before you read Queen's Shadow. But yeah, that's my review. Next Star Wars review the next Star Wars book review, when I end up doing it, will be, let me check, will be Catalyst, which was a Rogue One novel. I also really like that book. So, that's good. We're going to be getting some. It's going to be a lot of raving for a little bit here, because a lot of the books coming up are really good. With that being said, if you have read Queen's Shadow, tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. If you like this review, make sure to like and subscribe. This is Jordan from Jordan Reviews, signing off.